Hi guys, my name is Layla Lee, and you're watching my video to where I am doing a dreamy look with ombre cloud. I'm jumping right in with my professional primer, and I am making sure that everything is just fully in my skin, absorbed beforehand I put on my Pods lotion. I'm doing my Morphe eyelid primer. I put way too much on my finger, but I'm just making it work. I'm just gonna spread it all around with a tapping motion. Just going from one side of my eyelid to the other, going underneath my eyes, just making sure that my pores are snatched all the way to the gods. Now, right now, I am going in with the palest color that I could find in the LA Pro Concealer, and I'm just dabbing that all on my skin. I find with all complexions, you need a blank canvas. Everything that comes from a white blank canvas comes out perfectly. Like, you just have to make sure that you're not putting too much product on your lid before you pat it in and absorb it in your skin, because then you can get creasing and just it looks crazy by hour two. I'm just making sure that everything is just patted in and there's no extra read all about it on my eyelids. And yeah, I just like to carry it all the way up to my bottom brow so that that line can be sharp and the in between the eyeshadow and the eyebrow can be blended in when I later go in with some translucent powder and that whole deal. I like to brush out my eyebrows just to see where they're at. As you can tell, I have not been treating them too nicely. I have not trimmed them. I've been out of work. I am basically a bartender and a server and a shot girl at a bar and a restaurant. And I have been out of work. Now I am going in with my e.l.f. tape, and I tear it in half because it's way too long for my face. And I'm going in with my, what is this called? It's called my Warrior 3 by Juvia's color in Gola. Now that is the lightest, powderiest sky blue that I own, and I'm just stamping in that product and swiping it away just to see where it is on the scale of being translucent. I'm seeing that it is very translucent even with my blank canvas background, and I'm just packing in more product so that that bottom translucent color can just pop. And then I'm putting in Laura Mercier's translucent powder on top. And just, it kind of is blending in. It's so light, this blue. I really like it. Sometimes it can be a troublesome blue. And then I'm going in with my Sephora Colorful Surfing USA blue in order to deepen up that blue, and it just looks good. Everything that's layered with translucent colors really works for me. Like, I really like the two colors and then like either do a cut crease or something like that, and it really does pop with my eyes. I'm probably cleaning a brush because I have a terrible habit of keeping my brushes clean. Like, I just clean them right before I need them. You know what I mean? Unless they're filthy and clumpy, which tends to never happen with eyeshadow because I don't work with creams. I work with mostly powders. So, yeah. And then I'm going in with my third blue, which is Jada, and my 35 Dream Colors Jaclyn Hill palette. Love it, love it, love it. Love this color. This color really is the darkest of my blues, and it looks so good with pulling in the tropical undertone of green blues that I do have. And it's going to make this cloud because I'm trying to replicate a sky, you know what I mean? A blue sky in the summertime in Miami with these colors. They're so pretty, especially under UV light. Like, it just pops. It makes things look good. Real good. And that tape always saves me for having a sharp line when I am blending and everything. It looks so good. And then I'm going back in with the brush that I used with the Duvious Gola Blue. I'm looking, I'm seeing what needs to be blended more. I'm trying to check it out. I'm looking. Probably cleaning a brush right now. I'm looking. Because now it's time to draw the clouds. Alright, so I'm using that tiny thin brush. It has no brand because I got it off AliExpress, and I'm just trying to angle my camera so that you guys can see. I'm looking down, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to draw some Mary Had the Little Lamb, little puff clouds, you know, from that mattress commercial with those, and I just banged it right out. Like, there are definitely a lot of inconsistencies with the clouds, but that's how it's supposed to look. Calumis, but make it glam, baby. Now, I probably should use like a makeup remover or something like that in order to make this blue really pop, but I said, whatever. I'm just gonna freehand it like the old school days, and yeah, I was probably just being really lazy. As you can see, I messed up on that one eyelid, but I just brought it up above my crease, and I'm just pretty much coloring it in. Maybe I'll use some, you know, makeup remover liquid, like, what is that, the Clear water. But nope, it seems like I'm just coloring it in as of right now, and it's coming out like really cute. It's like anime sheep clouds. Filling that in, and I'm making it happen. Alright, so I did clean up that look with some clear water because it just was not gonna work. I'm just filling in those clouds with more of the LA Pro concealer in the palest color for me. And I'm just dotting in all of that product and making sure that the clouds are filling in. Now this looks so good. I love it. It looks like puffy clouds. Doing that with the other eye. All right, nice. I'm just stamping it in. Now I am going in with a flat brush with the 35 Dream Colors in the color Beam. And I'm just patting in that product and just making them fluffy clouds. They're so cute. Just filling everything up. Now, when you do the clouds, there's obviously no specific way on to draw clouds because they're forever changing with the winds and everything. And I'm just trying to see like what I'm going to use in order to kind of darken out the ends where my lashes would flare out. And I'm going to choose the can can Candence. Yeah, Candace? Yeah, Candace. Why am I dyslexic? Okay. Candace is going in and I'm just dotting that in just a little bit around my lids just to like kind of put a little tiny bit of purple and depth into the back of the blue sky. And I think it looks cute. Going back in with some Gola in the corners just so that I can build that up and put some type of shimmery in the inner corners. Now I'm going back in with some of that pixie powdery blue in the color Jada. Now I'm diving into my white liner by NYX and I'm just lining the clouds so that they can have a white puffy look to them. Now it's okay if you mess up. You can just make the white liner a little bit thicker. Now obviously that NYX brush is not the best. So I had to get my little handy dandy brush for liner. That is my favorite part. The one thing about liquid liner is you cannot be afraid of it. You cannot be afraid of it. I love the way that liquid liner looks. It doesn't crumble and get crusty, and you can always fix it if as long as you let it dry. because when it's all smeared and stuff, it can just mess up the whole look. And you can even fill it in with an angled brow brush and just fill it in, because sometimes with the liner wand it doesn't get too much area code. It's for precision lines, not filling in. Like, for making mistakes like that, too much. And you keep drawing the line on until it literally looks like poop. But never fear, I'm just going to let it dry and I'm going to fix it. Now I'm putting in some glitter liner that I got from the beauty supply store to line the clouds and go around it, and just like, there's no order to it at all. I'm just putting in random glitter because I think it'll look cute. And stars and glitter is usually behind the clouds anyway, right? Alright, now I'm finally cleaning up that eyeliner that I messed up earlier. It is dry now. I'm going in with my makeup remover and a Q-tip, and I'm just sharpening that little guy out. Because I find when you try to fix it when it's already like super wet, all it's going to do is smear everything. And that's the last thing that you want to do after spending a whole 30 minutes trying to perfect this. And bam. And that's how you fix your cat eye when it is all discombobulated. Now I'm going to thicken out that eyeliner just a little bit to match it up, because one of my biggest horrible habits is making it so that my eyeliner is not the same thickness. They are not sisters. They are not twins. They are cousins that were married into the family, removed, and then they found someone else in the family that they wanted to get with, and that's how my eyeliners ended up not looking the same. I'm going over the white eyeliner for the clouds over again, because with this beauty supply store white eyeliner, it is very opaque. You need several layers in order for it to look good. I've even found the same thing is true with the DFA Cosmetics liner that you have to like spray or something like that, and it turns into eyeliner. And yeah. I love to brush those brows up, honey, because the taller they are, the better, in my opinion. And I'm just going over my brows, filling them in more because throughout the makeup sometimes they get a little bit wonky. And I just want everything to blend in and look good. I think I'm putting on my lashes right now. Nope, I'm not. I'm actually trying to fix up my bushy eyebrows. I love using the 35 Dream palette colors to fill in my brows. I like the eyeshadow in comparison to the pomade. I feel like with the pomade it looks fake. I want to make it so that my brows, you know what I mean, are as natural looking as possible. And I'm just going over the clouds just to make sure that they look good with that blue again. I'm filling in everything that I think looks patchy. At this point, I'm just trying to prep it before I put the highlighter and a different color on there. I'm just getting a makeup remover wipe and I'm wiping all of the fallout. Going back in with a Q-tip, sharpening up that liner again. Again, like on my lower lash line, just really diving in and trying to make it as perfect as possible. Alright, now I'm just putting mascara on my lashes so that basically my false lashes can stick and we can get it on and popping without any trouble. Now I'm putting on my little lash just to make the whole look pop. Using my handy dandy pinch tool, then going in with just all these different tools. I swear it takes about 3 or 4 different things in order to make these lashes work. And then I'm going in with some of that Abyss powder eyeshadow and I'm going over the lashes just so that they can blend in better and they look a little bit more like mine. Nothing bothers me more than seeing girls with their lash band all exposed to the world. And yes, we know they're falsies, but let's try to make them as natural looking as possible. Like they're actually coming out of my lids. Do the little brushy brush. And then I go in with an angled brow brush with some of my foundation. I'm just patting everything in, and I'm gonna let it pretty much oxidize on my brows and really just soak in there so it looks good. Going over the top. Sometimes I'll use a finger, sometimes I'll use a brush to just pat in that foundation. Now I'm using one of my fluffy brushes to really blend everything in. And now I'm using my orange LA Girl color corrector, and you only need like a little dollop. I like to go in layers if I'm trying to go pretty heavy and cover up all the baggage and the discoloration underneath my eyes. And I swear, a little goes such a long way. Because at the end of the day, all you want to do really is just change the color right down there. Just so that you look ageless. Now, I have not been able to get to my wax ladies since before quarantine, actually. So I'm going to go over my lip underneath on those two little oh, I must have realized that I did not put on any type of primer on my face. Now you can put it over or under, like either way, like it eliminates the pores. I'm using the Perfector what is that? The Perfector color primer or face primer. Yeah, got confused. Now, as you can see, that orange did me justice. Figuring out my undertone with orange was the best thing ever. Now, as you can see, those little hairs are very angry for being covered up. So I'm just going to give myself an orange beard and bring it up to all of those spots that need to be color corrected. Like, I have two little planets on my forehead. So we're just gonna go in and fix all of that. I can see that I put a little bit too much on, so with a tissue I'm just dabbing out some of that orange that I overdid. I got really happy with the orange. And then I have my Tarte Shape Tape, and with another sponge I'm just going over that orange. I'm dragging it down the side of my nose just to brighten up underneath my eyes, especially since I just got a little lift with that orange. And a little Instagram baddie swipe down the nose. We're trying to snatch in that nose. I love my nose, but I don't know. I really like that technique of snatching it in just a little bit more. Like, it still looks like I can breathe, but slowly but surely I am going to get better at that contour and deal with the nose snatching. I just want the smallest, tiniest little nose just to see if I can do it. I'm going over with my color corrector again just to make my face look like it doesn't have a full-grown beard. I'm layering underneath my eyes because I just feel like I can go brighter, you know? I did not go back into the casing in order to get more product. I'm using the same wand. Less is more when it comes to this Shape Tape. It is actually close to Kat Von D's consistency with covering up all your sins. And just by putting a little bit of that Shape Tape just from the sponge, it snatched in my cheekbones even more, and I love it. I'm going in with some of that Laura Mercier translucent powder. I used to pack the powder on, but I'm realizing that you just need a tiny little bit and it really absorbs all of the flashback that the Tarte in the orange color corrector gives you underneath the eyes, and it really just soaks in all of that oil, I want to say, and it looks so good when you're done. I like to even dab a little bit over my eyebrows just to set those eyebrows in, especially since I used eyeshadow. And then I am using some more of that translucent powder over my nose, on the sides there. Just everywhere that I put the Tarte, I like to just press in there and let that set in, and I think it looks pretty good. Now I'm going into my Warrior Juvia's 3 palette, and I'm getting that sparkly blue out. This is what I've been waiting for. I really like doing the inner corners of my eye with that really, like, I don't have the color in front of me, but I'll list it down below. It is so pretty. I love it. I'm even going underneath my eyes with some more of that blue that I first put on. I like to do like a tap and drag motion, but very lightly, super duper lightly. I'm taking out some of that purple from the Juvia's palette as well. I'm gonna do a little bit of mascara for my little baby lashes underneath. Little baby babies. Right now I'm just dabbing in my foundation along the bottoms. I'm just a little bit and I'm setting it a little bit more. And then I'm going in with my foundation and I'm just lightly in a circular motion brushing in everything just so that it sets and it looks good. I'm dragging it underneath my chin because nothing is worse than looking like a clown. I'm just going all around. And now I'm going in with a little bit of a, I used way too much, with my color in Buns in the 35 Dream palette, and I'm bringing it underneath my jawline just to try to snatch it in as much as possible. The more the snatchage, the better. We all know this. Now I'm dragging it all around the perimeter of my face. I am trying to make it so my forehead looks like it is a tiny bit smaller. I'm trying to get that center of the light going toward the T-zone without it looking sweaty. Brushing up those brows again because obviously the brush that I was using kind of messed up that. Ooh, bless you. And then I'm going in with red color that is in the Juvia's Warrior 3 palette. And I find that that's really cute on me. The bright pinks look way too doll-like. And now I'm taking out my brown in NYX pencil and I'm lining my pretty little lips. Then I'm going in with my Morphe brown. No, that's actually caramel brown. Lining those lips just a little bit more. And then Morphe just came out with some type of glossy lip gloss, and I'm in love with it. I'll have that underneath in the comments as well. Or no, in the description. All right. I added a couple of stars. Um, as you can see, I went over it a couple times. I just felt like if I'm going to be a cloud or giving you a cloud, it needs to have some type of stars, you know? There's sparkle, there's stars, and I needed that. Now I'm just going in a little bit with some powder foundation in NW43 by MAC. I'm going over my little nose and my nostrils with some of my Starlight in 24 karat gold by Rihanna eyeshadow, and it really makes everything pop. And then I'm going over it with my powder foundation just to make it not scream out to you too much. I'm also going over my lower jaw just so that that setting powder that I had doesn't look chalky. Now I'm just looking at everything, looking for any type of imperfection. Going back over, just doing little touch-ups and everything. Jamming out to music. Now that is the finished look. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I want to remind you to subscribe and like my channel. I'm trying to make it to 100. My name is Layla Lee. Thank you very much and have a good day.